We should be deporting people more than we are now, even as we are in the ECHR.
So imagine this Nigerian sellout lady talking about how they want to deport immigrants from the United Kingdom. She's betraying.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, we are diving into the firestorm surrounding Kemi Badenoch, the UK's Conservative Party leader, as Nigerians blast her over her continuous denigrating comments about Nigeria. Now, let's unpack this. Kemi Badenoch has made headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. Despite her Nigerian roots, she has consistently criticized Nigeria, using every opportunity to paint her heritage in a negative light. From her dismissive remarks about immigrants, once referring to them as butt cleaners, to standing firm on her stance that she is not doing PR for Nigeria, Kemi seems determined to distance herself from her origin. But Nigerians are not having it. Abike Dabiri, chairperson of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, revealed on live television that her office tried reaching out to Kemi a couple of times but were outrightly snubbed. Dabiri stated, "We can't force anyone to appreciate their Nigerianness," a sentiment echoed by many Nigerians who feel Kemi's attitude is a slap in the face of her heritage. Even Vice President Shettima weighed in, calling out her hypocrisy. He highlighted immigrant success stories like Elon Musk, Sergey Brin, and Rishi Sunak, pointing out how they honor their roots while driving abroad. Shettima even added a cutting remark: if Kemi Badenoch isn't proud of her heritage, maybe she should drop the Kemi from her name. The backlash has been swift. Nigerians at home and in the UK are voicing their anger, flooding social media with comments condemning Kemi's action. Many in the UK have vowed to vote against her in upcoming elections, a clear message that her denigration of Nigeria won't be tolerated. So, what's next for Kemi Badenoch? Will she reflect on her comment or dig in deeper? Only time will tell. But there is more to this story. Watch the clips coming up next. They contain further reactions of Nigerians. Stay tuned, guys, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
I grew up in Nigeria and I saw firsthand what happens when politicians are in it for themselves, when they use public money as their private piggy banks, when they promise the earth and pollute not just the air but the whole political atmosphere.
It's a big deal. I believe she'll be about the sixth woman, isn't it, that will be the leader in that country, particularly for the Tories. But you know, so that's a big deal part of it. I'm reluctant to want to claim her as a Nigerian because this is not what. Why are you reluctant? Because she doesn't appear to see herself as one. I think that she thinks that she was from here, you know, but she carries on. And not only does she carry on as a Briton, and she's within her right to do that. But then I won't be a big fan of anyone who talks down on where they're from, and I think that seems to be what she represents. She's fond of doing that.
She recently said, that when she was younger, she was good in math and sciences, and they told her to get into the kitchen. And I'm like, I don't know any. She comes from a family of intellectuals. I don't know any young woman who grew up being good in school, coming from a family that your parents are lecturers or in the medical field, and they'll tell you to get back into the kitchen. I think that's a Western image painted of Nigerian society rather than an authentic representation of what Nigerian society is.
Correct. And when she says that, when she sounds traumatic about why she left Nigeria, at 16, and I believe that should be around 1996 when we were still, under the military. I do not know that the things that she encountered that, made her leave on the one hand, and then, make her talk in the manner that she talks, about Nigeria and about her experiences in Nigeria. I find that worrying for somebody who wants to lead a major party and who ultimately, when she's seeking for votes, to be the prime minister, we need to speak to Nigeria. It looks to me that if you conduct a referendum or a poll particularly among Nigerians or among blacks of African descent in the UK, I doubt if she will be very popular. And therefore, it's important maybe to review our rhetoric when it happens elsewhere. When we listen to people like Trump, we express our concern, we express our concernation. But then from a black woman of Nigerian, parentage, saying the sort of things that she says, it looks to me like she's desperately trying to please the conservative white establishment, and she might be British on account of birth and nationality, but then she will be reminded ultimately, that on account of biology and heritage, she can be English, and she will have to, be careful in the manner that she portrays the values that she thinks that she represents.
And I think actually most worrying is that she's appealing for a move to the right. And it's because they're trying to get those extremist elements that have now gone to the Reform Party. The Conservatives suffered a huge defeat in July, major defeat, but mostly because the extreme right-wing elements of the party moved to the Reform Party. And she's saying that Rishi Sunak, that the party was ruling from the center or moving to the right. I don't think that's true. I think, to be fair to the Conservative Party in England, they are more moderate than you'd say, for example, the Republican Party in America. And so for her to come out and say that she's intending to move to the right is sending a very, very worrying signal. Because are you trying to get the people who went to reform, the Brexiters, the racists, the ones who want to, burn immigrants or send them back?
She voted for Brexit too, remember?
Yes, but so beyond her views as a Nigerian or disparaging Nigerian, I think it's very concerning that she's trying to feed that into the party that she now leads.
Yeah, and especially when she also veers into the subject matter of slavery and reparation, and she tries to deflect, and say things that won't just affect Nigerians, but this is an African black thing. And again, I just think that she will have to be careful. I understand that her father has passed. I know many people who knew her father and who had a lot of respect, for our family and things like that. But of course, she's Kemi Badenoch is now Kemi Badenoch, so we will have to live with the fact that maybe this is a white woman in a black woman's skin. But it's okay, isn't it? Good luck to her. We wish her well. But of course, we will see how things pan out in the weeks and months to come, maybe in the years to come, when elections will have to be called, when the conservative parties will have to say, hey, what's going on here? What has Kemi really done? All the best.
We'll see if moving to the right would end up appeasing racists who would vote a black woman.
We should be deporting people more than we are now, even as we are in the ECHR.
So imagine this Nigeria sellout lady talking about how they want to deport immigrants from the United Kingdom. She's betraying the system that helped her. She herself, she's immigrant. She came to that United Kingdom when she was about 17 or 16 years with student visa. She overstayed even when the visa expired. She tried all her possible best to have a job there, started working McDonald's. Then she got the document. After some years, she became a United Kingdom citizen. And now she's talking about she wants to deport people.
What worries me is that we'll say, we'll leave the ECHR, let's say we left it today, and I'm not against leaving the ECHR, but problem still continues.
You can see the way the white guy is even looking at her. Like, what are you talking about? You yourself, you are immigrant, the system that helped you. Now you want to deport immigrants from the United Kingdom. You are trying to place these white people, the colonial masters, you understand? Because they know what they are doing. That's why they tend to put people like her in some certain position. So that when people like this are talking, nobody will complain of racism. Imagine she herself, in Nigeria, a full-grown lady. She was an adult before she even go to that UK. Now she's talking about because that's what they want to be hearing. You saying that you want to block immigrants, you want to deport your people, and they'll be happy for you. Because that's what made them to even vote for that former prime minister, that Indian man. That man was equally talking about how he want to deport people, he want to send them to Rwanda. She's doing the same thing because she want them to accept her. Desperado, she's so desperate to hold this certain position. So she's talking about we will deport this and that. And while she's talking, nobody can complain of racism because she herself, she's black, she's African, she's immigrant also. You understand the system now?
And I don't know about you, Patrick, but I'm tired of politicians saying, we're going to do this thing, and then the thing doesn't happen. And that's what worries me. That even if we left the ECHR, I don't think it would solve the real problem, which is that people who are manning the borders, people in the Home Office, don't want to do this work. I see the messages they put on the message boards, the staff networks. They want to look after people. They want to help them. We need to make sure that those people work in charities, not in the Home Office, which has a very tough job to do.
You allow me that when you go to this Western country, the politicians threatened or talking about deportation of immigrants. They are all immigrants. Black, Africans. You go to the United Kingdom, the politicians talking about deporting immigrants, they are black, they are Africans, they are immigrants. Go to Germany, there was one man there. Come to Italy, there was one man there, Nigerian man. Go to Canada, go to America, go to Australia. The people talking about we are going to stop people from coming to this country, we will deport them, they are immigrants. They always want to be pleasing these people, this so that they will be accepted. They want to be accepted. That's why they are talking in that manner. And nobody will come to this country again. We want to deport immigrants. We will stop people from coming. So that those one will say, okay, this one. But they don't know that they are sellouts. Betrayal to the very system that help you. Betraying your own very people because you want to please these people. That's my problem with people like this.
I'm sure a lot of you have seen Kemi Badenoch. I can never pronounce the name right, so I'm so sorry, Auntie Kemi, if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Becoming the conservative leader, and a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of Nigerian blogs, carry these memes around, like, oh, Kemi, a Nigerian. I'm like, yes, she's Nigerian, of course. Kemi, you are Kemi, or whatever her name is, but she's not there to represent us. She's not there to represent Nigerians, women, or Nigerians in general. She's not there to represent black women. She's not there to represent women in general. Okay, let's know this. I really don't like talking about politics. I'm not going to lie, most especially on my TikTok page, because I was born into politics. I am a daughter of a politician, and I try to stay away from politics. I'm not gonna lie, because I hate it. It's a dirty game. So I try to stay away from it. So this is going to be the one time I'm going to be talking about politics now, and I will get out of here. Yeah, and we'll continue talking about the rest of the stuff we always talk about. Yeah, Kemi is there as a puppet. No this and no peace. Yeah, they've put Kemi there to make it look like, oh, a black woman, because they know how to get to us. So they've put Kemi in the forefront. But Kemi is just there as a face, and then they try to want us to fall for it. Obviously, a lot of people know this, but I'm just saying it to people that don't know this. But Kemi is just there. There are so many people, there are so many layers at the top that they are controlling Kemi because she's a puppet. Okay, so she's not there to represent us. And when I say us, women, like I said, black women, Nigerian women, anything black in general. Kemi is not there to represent us. So don't make it too gassed, yeah? Because if there's one thing I know about politics is, I don't know if you guys have seen Gangs of London. Go and watch it. Then you have an inkling into what I'm talking about. Yeah? If there's one thing I know about politics, yeah, they will do anything to make people fall for anything or whatever it is they want to sell to us, yeah? So Kemi is not there to represent nobody but the people that have put her there. Do you get what I'm saying? She's there to represent the people that have put her there, not for us.
You see, it depends if she identifies, you see, as the Nigerianness in her, you know. We've reached out to her once or twice without any response. So we don't force people to accept to be Nigerian. So if you appreciate the Nigerianness in you and you want to work with us, we're open to everybody, but we cannot force you to appreciate the Nigerianness in you. You remember the Miss Universe Nigeria in South Africa? She until she got into a little problem with South Africa, and she identified with Nigeria, came to Nigeria, we hosted her, received her warmly. Listen, as long as that blood in you, you're Nigerian. So it's that to Kemi to decide whether she appreciates the Nigerianness in her, whether she wants to work with Nigeria, but we'll be glad to, but we cannot force anybody. There are some who will tell you that, no, I don't like that, your country. We can't force them, but we work with thousands and millions of Nigerians who are proud to be Nigerian despite the challenges. And we believe that no matter what, we are simply the best in the world. And despite our challenges, we'll get to where we truly belong, the top of the mountain.
I know that some have described Kemi's comments as being not patriotic, as, you know, trying to distance herself from her origin, because no matter how she wants to run, even the Kemi gives her away every single time that you are Yoruba by whatever means, whether partial, by whatever percentage. But at the same time, some have linked that to possible future ambitions that she has in the UK Parliament. I'm also talking about the impression that such a developed nation has when it comes to the country that we are in. And it takes me back to perception that we keep talking about when it comes to certain things that are being reported, certain things that are being done in our country. But at the end of the day, it is our life. It is our decision.
Okay. But she should not make the rest of us look very bad.
The big question is your country bad or not?
So, okay.
Is your country bad or not? That should be the question. Okay. That's
Our
the
country
answer.
is not bad.
That's the question.
Our country is not bad.
Okay.